Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. It's a Sunday morning, a beautiful Sunday morning as I am recording this reading. Yes, I was missing yesterday, overwhelmed with Christmas things to do and also just with plain exhaustion. I have to say, I've reached this stage of the year feeling absolutely shattered, and when I look around and see the people around me and hear what they're saying about this year, it's pretty much a consensus that this has been an exhausting and really quite difficult year. So I am going to take a few days off this coming week and go away for some rest and relaxation. I'm going to do some readings before I go, topics that have been accumulating in the background, so I'm going to catch myself up as best I can, take my cards with me, keep an eye on the news. If something happens while I'm away, I will do some readings, but otherwise I will have preloaded readings for you and about current topics, and hopefully that will work for you and hopefully work for me as well. And I hope that you are managing to get some rest and find some quiet time for yourselves to recharge and regenerate, because it has been a very, very strange year. As an energy reader, I'm getting goosebumps as I say this. This has been an incredibly difficult year. Some people who might be going through some difficulty right now are the Wales children, and they're very much on my mind at the moment. We saw them out and about at the carol service the other evening at Westminster Abbey, having to face the flashlights, the screaming crowds. I watched them arrive, and they're so beautifully behaved and so beautifully dressed, but not Stepford children, to use a Megan word or a Scooby-Doo word. But really daunting to have to face that kind of barrage of lights and screams and having to be polite and, with priests and archbishops and things like that. Very, very intimidating for young children. But they performed beautifully as ever. But I want to know what's going on behind the scenes with them. And for that, I have the Apprentice Tarot. Oops, so I knocked the microphone on the floor. The Apprentice Tarot. Stopped really using my other tarot deck that I use for them because they're too big, they're too grown up now for the other little tarot deck that I used to read on them. I want to know what's going on with this scandal that has been caused by Omid Scobie and his poisonous book that was leaked, of course, the wrong version, cough cough, in the Netherlands. What they know, how they are, what they know, how it's been handled at home, how's mom handling it, how's dad handling it, how's it being handled at school, are they being bullied at school, is there anything unpleasant going on at school, what they think of Harry and Meghan and their involvement in all of this, and how it's going to impact their relationship with Harry and Meghan going forward. So a reading from the children's point of view, see what they know, what they're thinking, what's going on at home. Of course, their mother and their grandfather, but their mother has been accused very publicly of being a very bad word. I don't want to bang on about the word. One of the worst things that you can possibly be in this world, shall we just say, in the current climate in this world. So I want to know how they're doing. A very beautiful Christmas card, a photo released I think it was this morning. All grown up, quite beautiful to see, but also distressing when you watch children growing up like that so quickly. But anyway, using the Apprentice Tarot, we are shuffled. I've blabbered enough. Let's see how they're doing. And of course, tarot for fun and entertainment, all my opinion, all speculation, just reading energy, archetypal family, archetypal energy, and disclaimer in the box below. Very difficult to raise children so publicly and know that whatever you do, they're going to get hurt somewhere along the line by something that you can't control, something exactly like what is happening right now. Underlying energy, out she pops. Our Queen of Wands has shown up. The aunt that they probably have barely seen, if at all. But there she is, the Queen of Wands. the drama queen, the one who likes the limelight, who wants to be the center of attention. I touch these cards to get their energy. I know it's a bit OCD, but there it is. That's what happens. That's why I do this. But there the Queen of Wands has popped up. It is all about her. It's all about the drama with her. And I think that they are well aware, with that card coming up as our underlying energy, that this is all about her, Harry's wife. As our H.G. Tudor would call her, Harry's wife has shown up as our underlying energy, the drama queen, in my opinion. The situation that we are dealing with right now, from the children's perspective, very vulnerable, and it hurts my heart to see a card like that, 7 of Wands, but in reverse, where you are a surprise attack, not ready, you're vulnerable, defending the indefensible, giving in. It's a very vulnerable energy, the 7 of Wands in reverse. You're being attacked out of the blue, something you never saw coming, something you can't defend, defending the indefensible, as that card says, the Apprentice Tarot. Keywords. Very difficult situation to find themselves in as a family. As I say, it's about the worst thing you can be accused of being. And so there it is. It's literally showing up as the overall situation that they are dealing with as very young children. That their parents are obviously trying to protect as much as they can, and in this situation don't seem able to protect them. That is what the 7 of Wands is telling me as a reader. So how are the kids right now? The 3 little whales children, Knight of Pentacles. They are sticking to the plan. They're slow but steady. It's okay. They are focusing on the things that they need to focus on right now. Whether it's school things or whatever it is. Christmas plans, family plans, getting through the carols, doing all the things that they need to do. It's order and routine. Best thing you can do in a situation like this, keep the order and the routine going every day, doing the predictable things that are meant to happen on the day, and just making sure that the family environment is as stable as possible and as predictable as possible and as calm as possible. Keep calm and carry on. Best advice for anyone when you're in a radically challenging situation. So that's what's going on. What do they know? How much do they know? According to the cards, too much. Overburdened, 10 of Wands. Very upsetting energy again. Very. For me as a reader, can't imagine how their parents are handling this. 10 of Wands in reverse is overburdened to the point of don't want to know about it. It's everywhere. It's overwhelming. Would like to not have any knowledge of this, would like to put it away and never think about it again. This is one of the things that's going to stay with them in their lives, unfortunately, with this card. What else does it say? Collapsing under pressure, no end in sight. Sometimes I don't agree with the keywords in these cards. Sometimes I do. In that case, I very much do agree. And that is an awful thing for them to have to deal with. No protecting them, no shielding them. They can't, they're too old to protect them from this, unfortunately. So, how's mom handling it? We're going to mom and dad here. How's mom handling it? Mom is the one who's been accused. Very difficult for her. Unexpected loss, it says. It's financial loss, but it's not an unexpected financial loss. This is very destabilizing. The 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Really something that knocks you off your center. Destabilizes you, and it's a loss of control. This has been very, very, very difficult for her, and the kids will see that. I'm sure behind the scenes there have been tears, there has been drama, there has been some very difficult conversations, probably some very, very difficult moments. She does look like she's lost weight, Catherine. Always slim. She's the kind of person that, for me, when she's stressed, probably does just drop weight. To have that problem, but I wouldn't like to be in her shoes right now. But they can see it. They can see somebody that for them probably was an absolute rock. They're now seeing her as vulnerable, as being attacked in public, and yes, people have rallied around and defended her, but it's quite shocking and disturbing for children to suddenly see that their parents are fallible, that they aren't always on solid ground. That's what's going on here with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. How about their dad? How's dad handling it with them in particular? Dad is furious. It's a Fool in reverse. He's probably said some quite wild things and threatened some quite wild things, because the Fool in reverse is reckless energy. It's impulsive energy, reckless energy. That this is behind the scenes, this is at home, this is not when we're doing the Christmas photo. They would have taken that photo long before this drama, I'm sure. Not when we're preparing for the carols and we all have to get totted up and smart and off we go and on our best behavior. This is behind the scenes. This is over the breakfast table. This is watching the news on TV. This is family stuff. And dad is almost, I saw it in other readings on Prince William. This is my interpretation, of course, just my personal opinion. Dad is almost out of control with this. So they're both energies of parents who have been very destabilized. Dad's energy is, this will never happen again, also because it's a Fool in reverse. When you get the Fool in reverse, we're not going down this road again. This will never, ever, ever happen to us again as a family. And some commentators, royal commentators, have said that he promised the Middletons, Michael and Carol Middleton, when he proposed, that he would protect Catherine. And this is a situation where he has not been able to protect Catherine from her, the Queen of Wands, who has stirred up all this, you know what, as our underlying energy. So it's troubling energy for the children. Their home environment has been rocked by this. How about school? How's school handling it? I mean, the authorities at school. We got the Hanged Man in reverse. For me as a reader, the Hanged Man in reverse is an action card after being put out of circulation. And sometimes, yes, it can mean the things that the keywords say, playing the martyr, stagnating and all of that kind of stuff. But I don't think so in this case. For me, it means that the school is doing their level best to keep things as normal as possible, not focus on the drama, which would be the victimization and the toxicity and the attacks that people are helpless to defend. I think the school has been quite proactive in making sure that the children are protected, that they are not victimized, not villainized. So I think a very active as best they can in very difficult circumstances. The Hanged Man is always, you're dealing with something that's intangible because you're dealing with Neptune. You're dealing with a planet that rules dreams and illusions and things that dissolve and you can't quite grab onto. So they're dealing with the media, and you can put out, you can stamp on a story that pops up in one area, but then of course there are a million other stories that are going to pop up everywhere else, and you can't control social media, which for me would be the Hanged Man. You can't control what kids are saying, what kids are seeing, hearing. You just can't. Not in this world. So are the kids being exposed to bullying, cruelty, name calling, anything like that at school? The World in reverse, I think they are. Unfortunately, the World, very public. Card for me as a reader when I do these royal readings, I always say that not unfinished business, anxiety about how things are going to resolve. So I do think kids are saying, we saw or we heard about your mother. And I do think it's extremely difficult for them with that card, because it's a big card. It's the World. It's the end of the major arcana. It's a very, Very powerful card, the World. You want something to finish, but it doesn't finish. Both of these cards are giving me energy of this is a story that's going on and on. It's dripped, it's leaked, it's poisonous, it's festering. And these kids, it's the same energy as the Ten of Wands in reverse, really. These kids want it to be over. I would say that they want their school term to be over. They want a break from school. They want to go away. They want to be somewhere where they don't have to hear about this, know about this, think about this, see the people around, you know, the normal everyday people, school friends, teachers, that kind of thing. This is difficult. And I felt a very strong push to do this reading this morning. I've been thinking children have been very much on my mind. We're going to look at other children in the next reading. Very much on my mind at the moment. It is Christmas. Christmas, of course, children are on everyone's minds. This is very difficult energy. It's upsetting energy. How about Harry and Meghan? How do the Wales kids feel about their aunt and uncle right now? What do they think about them? Five of Wands in reverse. This is latent hostility, suppressed animosity. It's conflict. It's people who just bring drama into a situation just because they can. They're competitive. They realize, they're old enough to realize that this is aimed at their parents. It's aimed at destabilizing their parents, that they're jealous and resentful of the status and position of their parents. They get it. They can't be shielded from that information. They know it. They would like this to stop. With the card being in the reverse. I think that they see that this animosity, this conflict that's coming from Harry and Meghan is coming from Harry and Meghan because Harry and Meghan are losing. And I think they are perceptive enough to see that the losing is what's driving this conflict. Five of Wands in reverse. How is it going to mark their future relationships with Harry and Meghan, if there is even a relationship with Harry and Meghan? But of course there will be, whether it's a direct relationship or just, oh, there's Auntie Meghan. I'm sure they don't call her that, but there she is in the news again, pack walking. There she is in a car park. She's 72 and she's in her yoga workout clothes, being packed. What's going to happen in the future? We got the King of Pentacles in reverse, too money driven. Financial corruption, poor asset handling. It's Harry, King of Pentacles. It's Harry that they are going to lose contact with, lose faith in, ultimately, and to have already, I would think. But going forward, he's going to be somebody dodgy, somebody they don't trust, somebody they don't want in their lives. It's interesting that both have shown up. Queen of Wands upright, King of Pentacles in the reverse. They have both shown up in this reading as being at the root of this. And certainly the Wales children going forward won't want to have anything to do with Harry. They won't trust him. King of Pentacles upright is a very trustworthy energy. Someone stable, somebody long-term, somebody you can go to, you can get good advice from, somebody who's always there. This one, King of Pentacles in the reverse, they won't want anything to do with him. So there's your reading. It's an upsetting reading. Again, it's just my opinion. It's me reading energy here, of course, but painful energy to actually be in right now. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.